Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, a special good evening to our Goenkan students. As the little ones grow into adolescence, lots of them are in a dilemma, which can be worded as time to make a tough decision. But what to do? Lots of confusion. Time to choose an appointed career? Want to become something different from doctor, engineer? My life is for my country. I will work hard for its victory. This decision will be my own, and my family will always be my backbone. All I need is proper guidance so that I succeed in just one chance. I need a one who can take me out of this confusion and help me out to make a good decision. These words were echoed by the students and were heard and heeded by our school principal, our loved and respected Miss Neha Sharma ma'am. Can we have in our reactions an applause for her? Let me also introduce you to the student moderators of the evening. Alumni moderator, Mr. Avi Goel. We have Ms. Surabhi Singh, a student moderator from the senior secondary wing. And we have from the middle wing, a little one, Vivan Srivastav. And we also have a special guest to conduct the session for the evening, a career counselor, a social entrepreneur, qualified structural engineer, and holds a master degree in business management. He has been counseling for the last 17 years. He's a motivational speaker, helped 5 lakh students to identify their right path, an academician, a mentor, and a guide for more than 50,000 students. Team Goenka is happy to have with us Mr. Mohit Mangal.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and in our mind, on behalf of Team Goenka, I really welcome you, sir. So over to sir for the session today on career guidance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your generous and kind words. One quick check for the session. Do you want me to conduct the entire session in English as a language of communication, or you want me to use a mixture of English and Hindi? What will be a better communication medium between the audience? If you can just let me know. Avi.
Good evening, sir. So I think whatever is comfortable with you, I think
I'm okay with both.
So I would prefer we'll take the session forward in English only then.
Okay, fine, great, sir. I'll try to take the entire session in English. Thank you so much, Avi. So straight away, without wasting much of the time, I'll get onto the screen share, which I have prepared for the students who joined us today. Two things. One, I would request all the students to keep their questions with themselves. By the end of the session, I will be giving time to every child who can put their questions in the comment section below, which will be picked up by the moderators, and then they will put across their those questions to me. And also, I'm sure there are a few other questions which have already been received by the moderators. So at the end of the session, we'll take up those questions and I'll try to answer those questions. Right. So getting on to the screen share, I'll quickly okay. So I hope my screen is visible to everybody. Great. I'll take the chat box on one side just for a moment so that we are all in the comfort zone. Great. So as ma'am shared my introduction with very generous and kind words. GD Goenka School hosts today's session, which is titled as Career and Course Opportunities Post COVID-19. Very warm welcome to all the parents, children who are attending this session. In today's session, I'm going to talk on two things. One, I'll talk about what should be the right methodology to choose the career choice or career stream option after grade 10. Second, I'll talk to you about what are the different career options which are available once the kid finishes grade 12 and plans to go for his or her graduation in a university or a college. I'm getting some reaction from some of the people. So I'll mix some amount of Hindi also in the session so that it becomes more convenient to the children and the parents who are attending the session. So most confusing question for parents and children after completing school, जो चीजें बच्चों के पेरेंट्स के दिमाग में आती हैं, what should the child do next? आगे क्या करना चाहिए? Should the child take up commerce, arts, science? This is the first question at grade 10 level. Then should the child carry on with the same board or change the board from a central board to a state board, from a state board to an international board, and so on? Should the child enroll for a particular course or continue with just the school academics? Should the child listen to his parents, listen to his relatives, listen to his friends, or the child should carve his or her own path? They are all different confusions which roam around in the minds of the children. Traditionally, पुराने टाइम के ऊपर बहुत एक जो सेंट्रल बेंचमार्क यूज किया जाता था स्ट्रीम सिलेक्शन के लिए कि गलती से अगर किसी बच्चे के अच्छे नंबर आ जाए, बच्चा 80, 85, 90% मार्क्स लेके आए 10th में, जो मैं गलती से इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली बच्चे पढ़ लिख के इतने नंबर नहीं लेके आते. इट इज मोर ऑफ I would say a state of a pleasant surprise on the day of the 10th result, जिस दिन मार्क्स आते हैं. तो अगर गलती से बच्चे के अच्छे नंबर आ गए तो बच्चे को बोला जाता है कि आप साइंस के लिए फिट हैं, यू मस्ट गो फॉर साइंस. अगर बच्चा एवरेज लेवल का बच्चा है, the child has got 60, 65, 70% marks, the child is asked to go for commerce. And if the child is just managing to get first division or even second division, तो बच्चे को बोला जाता है कि आपको आर्ट्स लेना चाहिए, आप और कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. So couple of things जो मैं यहाँ बहुत strongly clear करना चाहता हूँ. पहली चीज, मार्क्स का स्ट्रीम सिलेक्शन के साथ कोई लेना देना नहीं है. आई रिपीट, मार्क्स का स्ट्रीम के साथ सिलेक्शन में कोई लेना देना नहीं है. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, मार्क्स का बच्चे की इंटेलिजेंस के साथ भी कोई लेना देना नहीं है. इंटेलिजेंस इज समथिंग व्हिच वी कॉल एज IQ, इंटेलिजेंस कोशेंट. मार्क्स का there is no connect with the IQ of the child. So this particular method which was traditionally used and still काफी सारे parents इसी को follow करते हैं, I believe is a wrong method of choice. So method of choice क्या होना चाहिए? As parents and teachers, हमको इन बच्चों को assess करना चाहिए 10th लेवल के ऊपर कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स ऐसे हैं जिसमें ये बच्चे बहुत स्ट्रांग हैं, और फिर 12th ग्रेड लेवल के ऊपर कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स हैं जिसमें बच्चे का स्ट्रेंथ बहुत अच्छा है. Based on that, the child should be allowed to take up a particular course. So, how do you do it? मैं आप लोगों के साथ एक छोटा सा सेल्फ असेसमेंट टूल शेयर कर रहा हूं. अगर आप अगले 3 मिनट मेरी बात बहुत ध्यान से सुनेंगे तो आई एम श्योर सिर्फ बच्चे ही नहीं, अगर कोई पेरेंट्स भी ये सेशन अटेंड कर रहे हैं, आप ये टूल खुद के ऊपर भी लगा के असेस कर पाएंगे कि क्या आपने भी जो अभी तक किया इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन और इन टर्म्स ऑफ एनीथिंग एल्स, क्या वो आपके लिए सही है या था, या आप भी गलत स्ट्रीम में थे. सो ट्राई अप्लाइंग दिस टूल, इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल टूल. ओवरऑल अगर मैं बच्चों का कैटेगराइजेशन करूं तो हम 3 कैटेगरी में बच्चों को डिवाइड करते हैं. पहली कैटेगरी बच्चों की है जिनको हम कहते हैं एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेड. ये वो बच्चे हैं जिनको पढ़ने लिखने में, नॉलेज गेन करने में, एजुकेशनल वीडियोस देखने में, बुक्स रीड करने में बहुत मजा आता है. वी से these children are hungry for knowledge. They are children who are studious, they are interested in books, they love to spend long hours on research through books and or internet. ये कैटेगरी के बच्चों को हम कहते हैं they are academic oriented children. Second category of children are children whom we call are people oriented. ये वो बच्चे हैं जिनको पढ़ने लिखने में उतना मजा नहीं आता है जितना लोगों को मिलने जुलने में, बातचीत करने में, डिस्कशन डिबेट करने में, आर्ग्यूमेंट करने में बहुत मजा आता है. So we say their source of knowledge is interaction based. So ये बच्चे वो हैं who are social creatures, they can easily relate to people and they find it easy to interact and communicate with anyone and everyone. This category of children are children who are people oriented. Third category of children are children whom we call are creative oriented. ये वो बच्चे हैं जिनको पढ़ने लिखने में भी इतना मजा नहीं आता है, लोगों को मिलने जुलने में भी उतना मजा नहीं आता है. इनको कुछ नया, कुछ डिफरेंट, कुछ हटके, कुछ प्रैक्टिकल करने में ज्यादा मजा आता है. Like drawing, dance, art, craft, music, sports, acting, mimicry, cookery, baking, filmmaking, photography, editing, and so on and so forth. So we say these children are good at creative things and they are always interested in doing new and innovative things. And जो सबसे बेस्ट चीज है वो ये है कि ये तीनों ओरिएंटेशन हर बच्चे के अंदर होती है. सबसे पहले हम ये जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि कौन सी ओरिएंटेशन में बच्चा हाईएस्ट है, कौन सी ओरिएंटेशन में सेकंड लेवल पे है, कौन सी ओरिएंटेशन में थर्ड लेवल पे. ऐसे बच्चे भी होते हैं जिनकी दो ओरिएंटेशंस बहुत अच्छी होती हैं या इक्वल लेवल पे होती हैं, थर्ड ओरिएंटेशन उससे हायर या उससे लोअर होती है. ऐसी कैटेगरी के बच्चे भी होते हैं who are a beautiful mixture of all three orientations. So अगर आपने मेरी 3 मिनट बात अच्छे से सुनी होगी तो आप सबको एटलीस्ट ये समझ आ गया होगा कि आपकी खुद की ओरिएंटेशन का ग्राफ क्या है, कौन सी ओरिएंटेशन में आप सबसे अच्छे हैं, कौन सी ओरिएंटेशन सेकंड नंबर पे है, कौन सी थर्ड नंबर पे है, या आपके ग्राफ का बाइफर्केशन क्या है. बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू शुड टेक अ चॉइस. फर्स्ट let me talk about 4 options available in our education system after 10th. 10वीं के बाद इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम में प्राइमरी कैटेगरी में 4 ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं. यहां बच्चा साइंस ए ग्रुप में जा सकता है जिसके कॉम्बिनेशन सब्जेक्ट्स हैं फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री और मैथमेटिक्स. यहां बच्चा साइंस बी ग्रुप में जा सकता है जिसके कॉम्बिनेशन सब्जेक्ट्स हैं फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री और बायोलॉजी. यहां बच्चा कॉमर्स में जा सकता है जिसके कॉम्बिनेशन सब्जेक्ट्स हैं अकाउंट, स्टैटिस्टिक्स, बिजनेस स्टडीज और इकोनॉमिक्स. नहीं तो बच्चा ह्यूमैनिटीज या आर्ट्स में जा सकता है जिसके कॉम्बिनेशन सब्जेक्ट्स आर हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, सोशियोलॉजी एंड साइकोलॉजी. ये 4 ऑप्शंस में से सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं जिसको प्राइमरीली साइंस ए ग्रुप कहा जाता है या कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ पीसीएम दैट इज फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री एंड मैथमेटिक्स कहा जाता है. इसमें किस बच्चे को जाना चाहिए या किस तरह के बच्चे के लिए साइंस ए ग्रुप सही स्ट्रीम है. नंबर 1, द चाइल्ड हैज टू बी वेरी हाई विद एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेशन. बच्चे का पीपल ओरिएंटेशन है या नहीं है बहुत फर्क नहीं पड़ता, क्रिएटिव ओरिएंटेशन है या नहीं है बहुत फर्क नहीं पड़ता, लेकिन एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेशन तो होना ही पड़ेगा. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, बच्चा बेसिक साइंसेस में और मैथमेटिक्स में बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. और 10th लेवल के ऊपर जब मैं बहुत अच्छा वर्ड यूज करता हूं तो उसका बेंचमार्क मेरा है दैट द चाइल्ड शुड बी 90-95% प्लस लेवल. और मैं बहुत ध्यान से लेवल वर्ड यूज कर रहा हूं, मार्क्स वर्ड यूज नहीं कर रहा हूं. लेवल मींस कि उस बच्चे का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी और सब्जेक्ट कंफर्ट 90-95% लेवल पे होना चाहिए. क्योंकि मार्क्स जैसे मैंने पहले बताया बच्चे का ट्रू पोटेंशियल कभी भी एग्जिबिट नहीं करते. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, बच्चे के अंदर एक नेचुरल क्यूरियोसिटी होनी चाहिए लेटेस्ट मशीन्स, लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज, लेटेस्ट गैजेट्स के बारे में जानने की, रिसर्च करने की, एंड सो ऑन. एंड लास्ट पॉइंट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, द चाइल्ड शुड हैव द एबिलिटी टू स्पेंड लॉन्ग आवर्स विद बुक्स एंड और कंप्यूटर्स. और ये लंबे समय की पढ़ाई इसलिए जरूरी नहीं है कि उसने साइंस लिया है. साइंस का इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं. ये जरूरी इसलिए है कि 11th 12th का जो साइंस का सिलेबस है उसका वॉल्यूम वो इतना ह्यूज है कि वो कवर करने के लिए अगर आप डेली लेवल के ऊपर लंबे समय तक बैठ के पढ़ाई नहीं करेंगे तो आप 2 साल के अंदर 11th 12th का सिलेबस ही पूरा नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो अगर ये क्वालिटीज जो मैंने आपको इस स्लाइड के ऊपर दिखाई हैं आपके अंदर हैं, तो आप साइंस ए ग्रुप मतलब फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स के कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए बिल्कुल सही बच्चे हैं. आपको फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स में जाना चाहिए. और फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथमेटिक्स के कॉम्बिनेशन के बाद 12th के बाद ग्रेजुएशन लेवल पे आप क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं. यू कैन बिकम एन इंजीनियर, architect, scientist, mathematician, pilot, astronaut, naval officer. You can become a physicist, statistician, town planner, chemist, interior designer, car designer, fashion technologist, and so on. इस स्लाइड में मैं आपको यह बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि साइंस ए ग्रुप लेने के लिए आप इंजीनियरिंग ही कर सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. उसके अलावा बहुत सारी और ऑप्शंस हैं जो आप परस्यू कर सकते हैं ग्रेजुएशन लेवल के ऊपर. नेक्स्ट आई कम टू कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री एंड बायोलॉजी. इस एरिया में जिसको साइंस बी ग्रुप या मेडिकल ग्रुप भी कहा जाता है, यू नीड टू बी वेरी गुड विद एकेडमिक एंड पीपल ओरिएंटेशन. ये दोनों ओरिएंटेशन आपकी अच्छी होनी ही चाहिए. क्रिएटिव ओरिएंटेशन है या नहीं है बहुत फर्क नहीं पड़ता. दूसरा, बच्चे की तीनों साइंसेस 10th लेवल पे फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री और बायोलॉजी 90-95% लेवल से ऊपर होनी चाहिए. बच्चे का मेमोराइजेशन पावर बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. ये सिर्फ 11th 12th के लिए नहीं, मेडिकल की स्टडी के लिए नहीं, इवन बाद में जाके प्रोफेशन के अंदर भी रिक्वायर्ड होगा. दैट इज द मेमोराइजेशन पावर. कोई भी चीज आपने एक बार पढ़ी वो आपके माइंड में बहुत अच्छे से रजिस्टर हो जानी चाहिए. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, द चाइल्ड शुड हैव द एबिलिटी टू स्पेंड लॉन्ग आवर्स विद बुक्स एंड और कंप्यूटर्स. लंबे समय तक बैठ के पढ़ाई करने में आप कंफर्टेबल होने ही चाहिए. अगर ये क्वालिटीज आपके अंदर हैं तो आप साइंस बी ग्रुप के लिए बिल्कुल सही कैंडिडेट हैं. और बी ग्रुप करने के बाद आप सिर्फ डॉक्टर बन सकते हैं या आयुष की किसी कैटेगरी के अंदर मेडिसिन में जा सकते हैं, विच इज आयुर्वेदिक, योगिक साइंसेस, यूनानी मेडिसिन, सिद्ध मेडिसिन, होम्योपैथिक मेडिसिन. वो जरूरी नहीं. आप डेंटिस्ट्री में जा सकते हैं, फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट बन सकते हैं, नर्स, वेटरनेरियन, या एलाइड कोर्सेज में बी ग्रुप के बच्चे बहुत सारे ऑल्टरनेट ऑप्शंस में जा सकते हैं, विच इंक्लूड एग्रीकल्चर, सीरीकल्चर, एक्वाकल्चर, मैरीकल्चर, कम्युनिटी साइंस, होम साइंस, फार्मेसी, हॉर्टिकल्चर एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फॉर्थ. सो अगर आप एकेडमिक और पीपल दोनों ओरिएंटेशन में आई हैं, पीसीबी के कॉम्बिनेशन के बाद ढेर सारी आपके पास चॉइसेस हैं जिसके अंदर आप ग्रेजुएशन लेवल पे जा सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट आई कम टू पॉपुलरली नोन एज कॉमर्स सेक्शन. बहुत सारे बच्चे, जब मैं काउंसलिंग के लिए मिलता हूं या स्कूलों के अंदर वर्कशॉप के अंदर क्वेश्चन आंसर्स में बच्चों से इंटरैक्ट करता हूं, तो मैं बच्चों को पूछता हूं कॉमर्स क्यों लिया. बहुत सारे बच्चों का एक स्टैंडर्ड जवाब आता है, सर साइंस लेना नहीं था, बहुत टफ था, और सर ह्यूमैनिटीज लेने में तो हमारी इज्जत खराब हो जाती, इसलिए कॉमर्स ले लिया. पहली चीज, ह्यूमैनिटीज इज अ ग्रेट ब्रांच. एज मैम शेयर्ड विद यू, आई डिड माय टेक्निकल एजुकेशन फ्रॉम IIT Delhi. I did my management education from Ahmedabad. One thing which I realized after all this education, or rather one thing which I believed that I missed studying, was things which relate to humanities. So humanities खराब नहीं है. That is one point जो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं. लेकिन कॉमर्स के अंदर अगर आप ये सोच के आ रहे हैं कि आपको पढ़ाई कम करनी पड़ेगी, तो शायद आपकी सोच कहीं ना कहीं गलत है। क्योंकि कॉमर्स के अंदर जाने वाले बच्चे की पहली क्वालिटी जो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है वो है हाई एकेडमिक ओरिएंटेशन। नंबर 2, आपका मैथमेटिक्स और इकोनॉमिक्स सब्जेक्ट के अंदर कंफर्ट लेवल काफी अच्छा होना चाहिए 10th लेवल पे। आपका बिजनेस ओरिएंटेड माइंडसेट होना चाहिए जिसमें आपका बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शंस, मार्केटिंग, फाइनेंस एरिया के अंदर दिमाग अच्छे से चलना चाहिए। और लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, नंबर्स के साथ खेलने में और लंबे समय तक नंबर्स के साथ इंटरैक्ट करने में आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए। सो यू शुड नॉट गेट बोर्ड, रादर यू शुड हैव अ लाइकिंग फॉर नंबर्स एंड डेटा एनालिसिस। अगर ये सारी क्वालिटीज आपके केस में सही बैठती हैं तो आप कॉमर्स के लिए सही स्टूडेंट हैं। और कॉमर्स करने के बाद आप क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं? यू कैन बिकम एन अकाउंटेंट, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, फाइनेंस एनालिस्ट, investment analyst, stock broker, tax auditor, banker, economist, business manager, finance planner, portfolio manager, actuarial, and so on. Next, I move to humanities, arts, जो unfortunately सबसे I would say low माना जाता है। जो लोग इसको लो समझते हैं उनके माइंड की क्लैरिटी करने के लिए एक चीज आपको बता दूं, इंडिया के अंदर प्योर साइंसेस का मक्का माने जाने वाला कॉलेज जो है, दैट इज IISc इन बैंगलोर, दैट इज इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंसेस। IISc बैंगलोर हैज मेड इट मैंडेटरी फॉर एवरी साइंस स्टूडेंट joining that college to study 4 subjects of humanities compulsorily. I think इस एग्जाम्पल से आपको इतना समझ आ जाएगा कि ह्यूमैनिटीज लाइफ के लिए कितना इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट है पढ़ने के लिए। सो अगर आप ये सोचते हैं कि ह्यूमैनिटीज लो है, आंसर इज नो। मैं ऐसे बच्चों को जानता हूं जो 10 on 10 CGPA 10th के अंदर लेने के बाद ह्यूमैनिटीज में गए हैं एंड दे आर डूइंग फैंटास्टिक फॉर देमसेल्व्स। ह्यूमैनिटीज के लिए कौन सा बच्चा सबसे फिट है? नंबर 1, द चाइल्ड हु हैज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ एकेडमिक पीपल एंड क्रिएटिव ओरिएंटेशन। तीनों चीज का जो ब्यूटीफुल मिक्सचर है वो बच्चा ह्यूमैनिटीज के लिए बहुत बढ़िया बच्चा है। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, जिस बच्चे का 10th लेवल पे लैंग्वेजेस और सोशल साइंसेस के ऊपर कंट्रोल काफी स्ट्रांग है, वो बच्चा ह्यूमैनिटीज के लिए सही फिट है। थर्ड, ह्यूमैनिटीज के बच्चे के लिए थियोरी, रीडिंग और रिटेनिंग दोनों चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो अगर आप में ये क्वालिटी है बहुत अच्छा है, नहीं है तो ये क्वालिटी आप कॉन्शियसली बिल्ड कर सकते हैं। एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, योर ऑब्जर्वेशन पावर हैज टू बी वेरी गुड। अगर इन चारों चीजों के ऊपर आप अपने आप को सही फिट मानते हैं तो यू आर द राइट कैंडिडेट टू गो फॉर ह्यूमैनिटीज और आर्ट्स ग्रुप। और अगेन एक कंफ्यूजन क्लैरिफाई करता हूं, बहुत सारे बच्चे ये समझते हैं कि साइंस लेने के बाद बहुत सारी फील्ड खुली रहती है, लेकिन ह्यूमैनिटीज लेने के बाद बहुत सारी फील्ड बंद हो जाती। जस्ट फॉर योर रेफरेंस, ह्यूमैनिटीज लेने के बाद जितनी ऑप्शंस आपके पास अवेलेबल है वो कई गुना ज्यादा ऑप्शंस हैं साइंस या कॉमर्स लेने के बाद जो अवेलेबल है उनके कंपैरिजन में। सो ह्यूमैनिटीज करने के बाद आप क्या कर सकते हैं? यू कैन बिकम अ पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट, साइकोलॉजिस्ट, हिस्टोरियन, geographer, anthropologist, archaeologist, philosopher, public administrator. You can become a curator, editor, journalist, sociologist, restorer, social worker, translator, and so on and so forth. इनमें से किसी भी प्रोफेशनल एरिया के अंदर आप जा सकते हैं। Now, 10th के बाद, unless and until new education policy implements, which is primarily going to get or start getting implemented from 2022, and we get more liberal opportunity of selection of subjects in grade 11 and 12, ये 4 ऑप्शंस के अलावा 5वां जो ऑप्शन है वो मैं इस प्रेजेंटेशन के एंड पे आप लोगों से डिस्कस करूंगा। लेकिन अब तक इन 4 में से अगर कोई बच्चा ये समझता है कि वो पार्शियली फिट होता है या उसको ये लगता है कि उसने 11th 12th में साइंस ए ग्रुप लिया, लेकिन उसका इंजीनियरिंग करने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, या बी ग्रुप लिया, मेडिसिन करने में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, या कॉमर्स लिया, उसको हायर सर्टिफिकेशन ऑफ कॉमर्स जैसे सीए, सीएस, आईसीडब्ल्यूए, सीएफए, सीएफपी इन एरियाज में, या ह्यूमैनिटीज करने के बाद उसको थ्योरी ओरिएंटेड सब्जेक्ट्स में नहीं जाना, then what are the options? So to make everything in a very balanced state, I want to tell you कि किसी भी 11th-12th के स्ट्रीम के बाद बहुत सारे जनरल कोर्सेज हैं which are available to students from all streams. That means चाहे आप साइंस से हैं, कॉमर्स से हैं या ह्यूमैनिटीज से हैं, आप इसमें से कोई भी कोर्स आगे परस्यू कर सकते हैं. And those degree courses which are available are from the area of law, business management, hotel management, liberal studies, mass communication, economics, social sciences or social work, computer applications, design, performing arts, or last but not the least, connecting with armed forces. I was just checking, I think I will take 6-7 more minutes to explain each one of them to you. And then I think we'll finish the presentation and we will take up the question answers. So starting with law, अगर आप ऊपर दो सिंबल्स देखें, you need to be very high with people and also high with academic orientation. ये कॉम्बिनेशन वाला बच्चा लॉ के लिए सही बच्चा है. Along with that, आपकी क्वालिटीज क्या होनी चाहिए? The child should have the ability to think and argue logically. I know आजकल सब बच्चों के अंदर arguing ability है, मेरे को उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं, बट क्या वो आर्ग्यूमेंट उनका लॉजिकल होता है? Number one. Number two, does the child have the ability to do a lot of reading and writing? And last but not the least, does the child carry interest in the area of politics and social issues? अगर ये कॉम्बिनेशन के अंदर बच्चा फॉल करता है, law can be an excellent option for the child. Number two, coming to business management, very high at people orientation, decently good with academic orientation, but along with that, good leadership skills, good teamwork abilities, and keen interest in business transactions, financial management, marketing, human resource management, and so on. अगर ये combination strong है, business management can be an excellent option. Next comes hotel management. अगर आपका academic strength बहुत high नहीं है, but आप practically बहुत strong हो, और culinary art में, cooking में आपका हाथ बहुत अच्छा है, that means you have keen interest in cooking and serving, obviously both veg and non-veg food, you have excellent taste buds, and you have interest and knowledge about various cuisines, then hotel management can be an excellent option. Next comes liberal studies. If you are decently high with creative and people orientation, you like multiple subjects, you want some more time to identify your liking, and you want to choose your own subject and study what you like. This is very much in line with our new education policy. That means अगर आपको accounts के साथ physics के साथ Spanish language के साथ dance के साथ sociology पढ़ना है, तो liberal arts में या liberal studies में आप पढ़ सकते हैं. So point is, you need to be multi-oriented, multi-subject affinity you should carry. अगर आपके साथ वो है, तो liberal studies or liberal arts can be an excellent option. Next comes mass communication. अगर आप again creative or people orientation में high हैं, you have a flair for writing and language. You are inquisitive and have got very strong questioning nature. You have ability to work for long hours with dedication on a single issue. Then mass communication can be an excellent option for you. और mass communication करने के बाद you can become a journalist, script writer, blog writer, editor, author. Lot of options are available which you can carry on. Next is economics. If you are very strong with academics, you have good, strong bent towards research. आपका maths और analytics दोनों बहुत अच्छा है, और डेटा को एनालाइज करके आप प्रेजेंट करने में काफी कंफर्टेबल फील करते हैं, then economics can be a very good option. And some new age opportunities which you can pick up after doing economics could be things like data analytics, big data, Teradata, data mining, machine learning, and so on and so forth. Next comes social work. If you are very high at people orientation, you have liking to work for the society, you feel strong about social issues, you like to help others and understand their feelings, you're humane, polite, and you're ready to even fight for the rights of the underprivileged, then social work can be an excellent option. Next, I come to computer applications. In this COVID situation, everybody has become more pally and comfortable with computers by and large. But who is the candidate who should pursue computers? A candidate who is decently high on academic and creative orientation, who has ability to think logically, somebody who has interest in coding, computer language, hardware, computer networking, and carries an ability to sit on computers and work for long hours. अगर ये options आपके केस में fit बैठती हैं, then computer application can be a very good opportunity. And again, lot of new age careers post COVID-19, which may include digital marketing, personal branding, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, networking. All these options fall under the umbrella of what we call as computer applications. Next comes design. If somebody is very good at visualization and drawing, somebody is very creative, somebody has interest in designing, creating new and innovative things, somebody is extremely good at creativity, then going for a degree known as BDes, Bachelor of Design or Bachelor of Fine Arts, BFA, can be an excellent option. One can specialize in multiple areas like product design, toy design, jewelry design, animation design, web design, textile design, interior design, fashion design, and so on and so forth. Next, we talk about performing arts. If you're very good at creativity, you have got a skill which is very good either in singing or dancing or acting. You have good physical stamina, good observational power, and you are very talented in any one of these form of art, which is known as performing art. Then you can go for a degree known as BPA, Bachelor of Performing Arts, where you can specialize in any form of singing, any form of dancing, or acting as a specialized stream. Next, we come to sports. Again, if you're very high at creative orientation, you have good physical stamina, extremely talented in a particular sport, so you can go ahead with a degree which is BA or BBA or BCom in the area of sports or sports management, which you can carry on. Last but not the least, if you're very high at academic orientation, you have high, adventurous set of skills, you have good leadership, you are ready to even lay your life for the country, then you can join armed forces. Now in this, all boys can get into joining armed forces after grade 12 through an exam known as NDA, and all girls can join armed forces after graduation through an exam known as CDS, Combined Defense Services. So you can join Army or Air Force or Navy through any of these streams which you have taken in grade 12 or in graduation. Finally, जो मैंने आपको कहा था कि अगर 10th के बाद किसी को मेन स्ट्रीम एजुकेशन में नहीं जाना, उस तरह के बच्चे को स्किल बेस्ड एजुकेशन में भेजा जा सकता है या आप जा सकते हैं, जिसके अंदर you can take up a diploma based on 10th in the area of engineering and technology. You can go ahead with a diploma based on 10th in the area of medicine based paramedical courses. Also, you can go for some general diploma programs which include event management, travel tourism, foreign language, hairstyle, hair care, beautician, and so on and so forth. Also, there can be some skill-based offbeat careers like becoming a DJ, VJ, RJ, artist, painter, sculptor, cartoonist, musician, dance professional, astrologer, palmist, sports personnel. Any one of these areas would primarily be possible wherein you can connect with somebody who is already doing it, take sufficient information, knowledge from them, and then start executing the same. And my last piece of advice to all of you, especially the children who are attending this, नेवर ब्लाइंडली फॉलो फ्रेंड्स, क्योंकि मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं आपके फ्रेंड्स के पास उतनी ही नॉलेज और इंफॉर्मेशन है जितनी आपके पास है. सो डोंट फॉलो फ्रेंड्स. एंड पेरेंट्स के लिए स्पेशली मैं कहता हूं प्लीज डोंट फॉलो ट्रेंड्स. बहुत सारे बच्चे, पेरेंट्स मेरे को आके पूछते हैं कि सर आजकल मार्केट में कौन सा करियर चलता है, या आज से 5 साल बाद कौन सा करियर टॉप पे होगा. सी दीज आर ऑल क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर नॉट राइट क्वेश्चंस, बिकॉज नोबडी हैज द आंसर टू दिस. उस करियर में बच्चे को जाना चाहिए जिसमें उसका एग्जिस्टिंग स्ट्रेंथ मैच करता है. आप कभी भी करियर चूज करके उसके हिसाब से अपनी स्ट्रेंथ्स डेवलप नहीं कर सकते. रादर यू शुड आइडेंटिफाई योर स्ट्रेंथ्स, आइडेंटिफाई योर पैशन, उसके बेस के ऊपर कौन सा करियर क्रिएट किया जा सकता है, उस करियर के अंदर आपको जाना चाहिए. सो डोंट फॉलो फ्रेंड्स और ट्रेंड्स. And finally, before I close and open house for questions, I would like to thank Neha ma'am. I would like to thank all the student coordinators. I would like to thank staff, other faculty members of GD Goenka School who have given me this opportunity to speak to all of you. And I'm straight away getting on to the questions. In case I miss answering any question, you can put it on my website, mohitmangal.com. I'll be happy to answer. Or a lot of questions I have answered in form of videos which are lying on YouTube channel of mine, which is IQ Mohit, IQUEMOHIT. So you can subscribe to that channel. A lot of answers you can get from there. So straight away getting on to some questions. I'm having some questions in my chat. So over to the student coordinators. How would you want me to answer these questions? Go ahead.
So first we have some questions from our student coordinators, Surbhi and Vivan.
Go ahead, tell me.
Surbhi?
So you told us about law and business. So can you tell us more about international law and business courses given in India?
Okay. Now let us first understand the structure of law in India. पुराने टाइम पे लॉ का स्ट्रक्चर था कि आप कोई भी 3 साल की ग्रेजुएशन करें और उसके बाद 3 साल की LLB प्रोग्राम में जाएं. ये पुराना स्ट्रक्चर था. 1989 के अंदर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया को कहा कि आप 3+3 6 साल के अंदर बच्चे को 2 ग्रेजुएशन का डिग्रीज देते हैं, उसकी बजाय आप सिंगल इंटीग्रेटेड कोर्स डेवलप करो लॉ का. सो आफ्टर 12th नाउ children can go for a 5-year integrated program of law, जिसके अंदर BA LLB, BCom LLB, BB LLB, BSc LLB, BSW LLB and BTech LLB 6 डिग्रीज अवेलेबल है. नाउ जब आप लॉ में किसी भी डिग्री प्रोग्राम में इसमें से पढ़ते हो तो आप 52 सब्जेक्ट्स ऑफ लॉ पढ़ते हो और 8 सब्जेक्ट्स एलाइड कोर्स के पढ़ते हो, जो BA के सब्जेक्ट्स हो सकते हैं या BCom के या BBA के. उसके अंदर आप सब तरह के लॉज पढ़ते हो. यू स्टडी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स, क्रिमिनल लॉ, सिविल लॉ, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉ, टैक्सेशन लॉ, all types of laws you study. The moment we talk about international law, it comes as a specialization at master's level. And when we talk about international business law, international air law, international trade law, international water law, these are all master's level specializations. So bachelor level के ऊपर आप common law पढ़ेंगे. Masters में जब आप LLM करेंगे तब different colleges different specializations के अंदर LLM देती हैं, जिसके अंदर आप international law के अंदर भी micro specialization पिकअप कर सकते हैं. And law की एक और चीज clarify करना चाहता हूं. There is something which is known as Advocates Act of a country, because law एक ऐसा subject है जो हर country का अलग होता है. Every country has a different law. Medicine common रहेगा, engineering common रहेगा, business structure more or less common रहेगा. Law is something which is different for every country. So Advocates Act normally in most of the countries say that you can practice law only in the country which you are a resident and a domicile of. So as an Indian, अगर आप अमेरिका जाके लॉ प्रैक्टिस करना चाहते हो तो आप प्राइमरीली नहीं कर सकते unless and until you are migrated to America and you've taken the citizenship of America, right? So बैचलर्स लेवल आप जहां करते हो लॉ, आप प्रैक्टिकली वहीं प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो, वहीं का बार आपको एसोसिएट और अफिलिएट करेगा लॉ प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए। सो आप मास्टर्स बाहर से कर सकते हो, लेकिन मास्टर्स करने के बाद आप वहां सिर्फ कंसल्टेंसी कर सकते हो, लिटिगेशन नहीं कर सकते। यू कैन नॉट प्रैक्टिस लॉ, यू कैन ओनली कंसल्ट फॉर लॉ। आई होप आई एम क्लियर विद योर
Thank you so much.
questions answered. Yeah, go ahead.
Vivan?
Vivan,
Yeah.
go ahead. My boy.
Sir, my question is, what can be the parameters that one must follow to get most out of his or her strengths?
Okay. In psychology, very commonly you must have heard words like IQ, EQ, SQ. इसको सादी भाषा में हम API कहते हैं, एप्टीट्यूड, पर्सनैलिटी एंड इंटरेस्ट। ये तीनों का कॉम्बिनेशन जिस एरिया में आपका सबसे अच्छा है, उस एरिया के अंदर आप जो भी करियर चूज करोगे, आपके चांसेस ऑफ सक्सेस इन दैट एरिया आर मैक्सिमम। आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू हाउ। अगर कोई मेरे पास आके बोलता है सर मुझे पायलट बनना है, पायलटिंग का फंडामेंटल एप्टीट्यूड रिक्वायरमेंट, पायलटिंग बनना है इज इंटरेस्ट। फंडामेंटल एजुकेशनल रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ पायलटिंग इज 11th 12th फिजिक्स एंड मैथमेटिक्स कंपल्सरी, वो इसका एप्टीट्यूड हो गया। एंड एज अ मैटर ऑफ अ पर्सन यू शुड नॉट बी हाइट फोबिक। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि सेकंड फ्लोर से नीचे देखने में आपको डर लगता है, तो जहाज के ऊपर चढ़ने के बाद क्या हालत होगी, राइट? दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ योर पर्सनैलिटी। तीनों चीज अलाइन होनी जरूरी है। बच्चे को पायलट बनना है, फिजिक्स बहुत कमजोर है, मींस इंटरेस्ट तो है, एप्टीट्यूड नहीं। फिजिक्स अच्छी है, पायलट बनना है, लेकिन हाइट फोबिया है। एप्टीट्यूड है, इंटरेस्ट है, लेकिन पर्सनैलिटी में लोचा है। बच्चे का फिजिक्स बहुत स्ट्रांग है, हाइट से कोई डर नहीं लगता उसको, लेकिन उसको पायलट बनने में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है। मींस एप्टीट्यूड है, पर्सनैलिटी है, लेकिन इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। सो व्हेन कॉमनली वी यूज द वर्ड स्ट्रेंथ, strength is a very vast set of qualities of a candidate which may fall in the area of aptitude, interest और personality. So ये तीनों चीजों का combination अगर आप assess करें और उसके basis पे आप अपना course structure decide करें, that will be the most appropriate thing for you to do. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Avi, yes, go ahead, tell me.
So, sir, I have one question which I think I also personally faced when I was going through this college selection process.
Okay.
So, what I want to know is how important role does maths play in a non-science student, like a student who's in commerce and in humanities? How important role does maths play in selection of streams and colleges? Does the options of colleges reduce massively when the child is a non-math student?
छोटी सी अपनी एग्जांपल दूं?
Sir, chota sa main like I was a non-math student, so while I was going for my selection process, my counselor told me that you aren't eligible for so many exams, you aren't eligible for so many colleges. So what I want to know is that is it actually the case, or I had to my counselor was that bad?
No, I would not say counselor is bad. I would say counselor is ill-informed.
Okay, yeah.
Right. जो मैंने आपको स्ट्रक्चर दिखाया है अभी, I would also share a book with you which has been recommended by CBSE Delhi. उसके अंदर frequently asked questions में मैंने इस क्वेश्चन का जवाब दिया है।
Okay.
अगर आप 11th 12th में मैथ्स नहीं लेते, believe me, even right up to post doctoral courses which are after PhD, बहुत सारे लोगों को तो पता भी नहीं होगा, उनको ये लगता है PhD खत्म हो गई एजुकेशन। There are courses which are known as post doctoral courses. वहां तक भी अगर कोई मैथमेटिक्स आपके लिए जरूरत में आता है, that is just 10th level maths. So you want to give entrance exams for PhD, you want to give international entrance exams like GRE, GMAT, SAT, ACT, you want to give Indian entrance exams which are toughest entrance exams like CAT, ZAT, NPAT, SNAP, and so on and so forth. Everywhere it requires only 10th level maths. Now, 11th, 12th level mathematics is required for those courses who have an eligibility criteria of maths like engineering, architecture, piloting, or pure sciences. In pure sciences also, if you have to specifically go for something like BSc in mathematics or BSc in statistics. Beyond that, there are very few courses which may require the candidate to have passed either maths or statistics or business mathematics or applied mathematics. And I'm using the word or. इसमें से कुछ भी अगर पढ़ा है, those courses are open. Otherwise, there are 19 verticals out of 22 overall in education which don't require 11th 12th maths. So जो भी mathematics की कहानी करता है 11th 12th में, हालांकि I would say triple graduate in maths, and being a maths faculty, I always say when kids come with that heavy head of mathematics, it's not required. Take my words. 10th level maths is more than sufficient everywhere at any level. Nothing gets close. Yep.
So now the questions that we collected via Google Forms. So I think I'll start asking.
Sure, go ahead.
Start asking those. So one question which is I found very interesting was, is event management still relevant in India after COVID-19, or should we look for further?
Will you stop celebrating your birthday, or you want me to stop celebrating mine?
I won't.
I have already got married. Will you not get married? Will your school not celebrate the annual function? Will our school not hold, graduation day? My point is, it's a temporary phase. It's going to go away. There will be shift. There will be change. But events will not stop. It may take another year for event industry, restaurant industry, hotel industry, travel and tourism industry to bounce back, but it will not stop. It does remain valid. Events will continue. Also, the structure may change. For example, before COVID, we used to celebrate birthdays by calling all the friends at home. During COVID, or maybe after some time till COVID ends completely, we might be celebrating those birthdays digitally by playing games or interacting online. So the process of conducting an event may switch or change. Industry is not going to die, don't worry, because we as humans always wish to celebrate whatever we achieve. That's not going to come down. Processes may change.
So now let's go towards the questions which we have received on Google on the live chat. So one of the questions is, can I pursue interior designing via taking humanities as a student?
Yes, big yes. Today only I counseled a kid. That kid had taken science A group because the kid wanted to go for interior design. Let me tell you, interior design falls under the category of Bachelor of Design with specialization in interior design. And for that, candidate from arts, commerce, or science, all are equally open with the opportunity.
So now, second question, what stream do we have to choose if we want to become IAS or IPS officer?
Does not matter at all. You need to be a graduate. Whether you graduate from law or medicine or engineering or social sciences, social work, humanities, commerce, management, design, arts, fine arts, performing art, does not matter at all. You just need to be a graduate. After your graduation, you can appear for this civil services exam, prelims, and then mains. So no subject is compulsory or mandatory.
So now,
So can you describe the IPS process a little more for one of our viewers? It's been
Sure, I'll do that. Now in India, there are two public service commissions, two levels rather of public service commissions. One is the Union Public Service Commission, which is the central government. One are state public service commissions, which are there in every state. Now, under UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, there are total 7 different categories of administrative services, which include foreign services, administrative services, police services, revenue services, income, customs and excise services. There are total 7 of the categories which are open in the Public Service Commission under the Civil Services exam. So first, after you finish your graduation, you give UPSC Civil Services exam prelims. If you qualify prelims, you are invited to give Civil Services exam mains. If you clear mains, you are invited for giving the interview. Once you finish the interview, qualify it, you are asked to choose a cadre, and that cadre can be foreign services, administrative services, police services, revenue services. As I told you, there are total 7 cadres which are available in civil services. And anybody can go, as I told you.
We have one question from Neeraj Kasana. He asked, how to do BTech in CSAI and physics together from abroad?
BTech in ESEI?
CSAI and physics.
What is CSAI?
I think it's computer science and
artificial intelligence. Okay, see, in India, as far as BE or BTech is concerned, there is no specialization in AI available as on date. Most of the universities or colleges will give you BE or BTech in CS, that is computer sciences. But yes, majority of the institutions have adopted AI as a subject or a core part to be taught within the computer sciences degree of engineering. So in India, obviously IITs, NITs, they do have computer sciences. There are another set of central government supported institutions known as triple ITs. That is Indian Institute of Information Technology. Those are the institutions which are supposed to be the best for learning computer sciences and computer engineering. So you can go through any of those institutions, and based on your qualification, you again will have to go through either part-time courses or maybe a master's level course in the area of something like robotics, artificial intelligence, computing, machine learning, and so on and so forth. Now, this is the structure which is available in India. In foreign universities, at bachelor's level, like we here in India have BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application, or we have BSc IT, BSc Information Technology, or BSc Computer Sciences, and BE, BTech in Computer Sciences. So there also similar structure exists. One structure is oriented more towards engineering. Second structure is oriented more towards application. And in both of them, or after both of them, one can practice in artificial intelligence in any of the given domains and areas. So you can go through it, and primary subjects required for that, for engineering structure would remain physics, chemistry, maths. For application structure, anything. Even from humanities, you can do artificial intelligence. Nobody stops.
Okay, sir. And now we have a question from one of our teachers. Shikha ma'am asked us, could you let me know where in India can children study international relations at university level? What are its prospects in India?
At bachelor's level, you don't have anything like international relations. But at master's level, some of the best place for public relations, international relations remains XLRI in Bhubaneswar. That is supposed to be the best college for public relations and international relations. Otherwise, as far as scope is concerned, every course has got tremendous scope, because the moment a particular course loses scope, the course will die. Every corporate, every office has people who are known as COPCOM guys, corporate communication guys, and people who come from the background of public relations or international relations or personnel management or human resource management are the people who get into corporate communication. So scope is huge, scope is not a problem.
All right, sir, we have one more question from the pre-filled registration form. The question is from Diya Mittal. It is, sir, I'm confused between actuary and army, and I'm from commerce stream and a NCC cadet also.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, that's the question.
What in India actually by and large is not a degree program, it's just a certification program which can be done part-time by anyone. And when I say anyone after 12 can do a actuarial science course or a actuarial studies certification program during graduation or even after graduation, which is a certification course. So actuarial science is a certification course, whereas joining an army is joining a profession. So what the candidate can do, if the candidate has got a great interest in studying and learning about actuarial science, that can be done part-time. By and large, after commerce, the candidate can prepare for NDA, give an exam of NDA and get into army. Along with that, candidate can take a certification in the area of actuarial studies or actuarial sciences. That should be the process, because there is
Sir.
no as such degree program in actuarial science.
All right, sir. I have one more question from you, from a teacher, Miss Purti Gupta. How can we make our online classes too good, especially for PRT?
See, online classes has become a great challenge, and I've been seeing it for last 5 months. Fortunately, unfortunately, I've been doing online workshops for almost 3 years now. So what happens is, definitely there is a disconnect between the student and the teacher unless and until they are face to face. So the best way which I have found out is looking just at the face of the teacher, the student also starts feeling I would say bored or gets into an uncomfortable state, and the faculty also starts feeling bored after a while or becomes uncomfortable looking at the camera after a while. So one very good way of delivery online is converting all your content on SlideShare PPTs. That gives a lot of involvement to the students. That is one thing. Second thing which I always say, if you want to really make your any kind of education or any kind of delivery very strong, you must introduce or use a humor inside your presentation. So if I'm taking a regular class, for example, right now I'm just taking a workshop, where our frame is limited, very selective set of kids are come who are there to gain something out of this workshop. So I am not introduced any humor in this. But when I am taking regular classes of mathematics, I would pick up a lot of humorous one-liners, two-liners, which are available at a plethora of places on the internet, and introduce those things inside your PPTs. So what happens when the children get into that humorous and lighter mode during the class, they are able to again get back on their concentration towards what the faculty is teaching or training on. That is one of the best ways to make your online sessions more, I would say, effective and student-centric. I hope this will help the faculty who has asked this question.
Of course, sir, it will. So I had this question from this one person, which goes as, what made you want to be a career counselor and how to be one?
See, passion is the first and the foremost thing, irrespective of the fact. Not only career counselor, you want to be a great scientist, you want to be an astronaut, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a designer, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a chartered accountant. You must have that passion. That is number one. Number two, once you have that passion, just don't stop, just keep driving. As I told you, my background is so weird that I have no formal education in psychology whatsoever. And today, 100% of my work, which I do throughout the day, is the work of a psychologist. And I am a career counselor. So the point is, build that passion and keep driving. You can become a career counselor. Otherwise, from education perspective, if you want to understand, then the right thing which you should go for is, after taking humanities, do a BA in psychology, then go ahead with MA in psychology, where you can specialize in career psychology. Then you can become a career counselor.
All right, sir. I have one more question from the live chat from Khushi Somani. Sir, if we are confused between two or more professions, how can we come out from that block?
You should give some business to me.
That's the perfect answer.
This is the place where a third party intervention or a career counseling comes into picture. Many of these schools, when they invite me and they say, sir, we have got 700 students, we've got 1000 students, you do career counseling for everybody. I tell them it's not required. Every child may not require a counseling. Like the small tool which I shared with you, there is another API, aptitude, personality, interest, which I discussed in between. That tool also I have shared. Anybody wants, you can go to YouTube channel and watch that video. But by and large, the moment you are confused between two or more areas, then you would require a third party intervention who can assess you, who can structure your thought, and based on the structure of your thought, who can guide you of what to go ahead with. That is the work of a career counselor actually. So you must consult a counselor.
So I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, my child.
Professions which are not in our country now, but in future it may lead. What do you think about this?
Now there is nothing of that sorts, unless and until you go for something like very, very micro level, maybe something like, Formula 1 racing driver or Formula 1 racing car, mechanic, for which there may not be very, 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 very big or a, thick opportunity available in India. Otherwise, if you look at regular structure, most of the professions are spread across around the world, right? So there is no such calculation or method in which you can identify that what profession will be more in demand or is not in India today will come 5 years down the line. Because the point is, we are all living in a globally in a global village. That is the word which is used. So Apple has got the manufacturing facility in India. Also, Microsoft has got an office in India also. Google has got an office in India also. So all these things have brought equal career and profession opportunities pan globe, right? I'll give you a beautiful example which just comes to my mind. People who are researchers of volcanoes may not have any opportunity in India as on day, because there are very little active volcanoes in India. But they may, these people may be great in demand in a place like Fiji, where they have a lot of active volcanoes. Now, 5 years down the line, if there is some volcano in the Himalayas, suddenly this career opportunity will grow. But that is something which cannot be predicted. In general stream, enough career opportunities which are available pan globe are equally available in India. So there is no such bifurcation which is there.
Thank you so much, sir.
What else? Avi Bhaiya is gone?
Yes, sir. So there's one more question.
Okay, go ahead. I think I'll take up the last question. Go ahead.
So it goes like, how can we control our insecurities and fear about college admissions, especially BU?
This question is a beautiful question and relates more to deal with positive attitude in the domain of what we call as personality, right? As an individual, you get motivation from multiple sources. Your teachers can be your motivation. You may read some motivational book. You may watch some motivational videos. Your parents may be your motivation. Some of your relative may be your motivation. Your siblings or your brothers, sisters may be your motivation. The point is to remove insecurity out of your mind. You need somebody who gives you this set of feeling that he or she is available for you, irrespective of the fact whether you fail or you succeed. So how you go ahead with it is, one, I would say, very strongly stay away from negative people. Second, always confide in your parents, who are your first custodians and are the people who are there to stand for you, by you unconditionally. And third, if you are fortunate and lucky enough, you must have some or the other teacher or a mentor around you who gives that feeling of trust or puts in that trust into you. Your insecurities will go away. These three levels of things, if you are able to do to yourself, you will not continue with any insecurity.
Okay, sir. So we have one. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. We have one last question from
Go ahead,
my
go ahead.
classmate, and she would kill me if I didn't ask you that.
Okay.
Her name is Shumangi Chopra, and her question is: having economics and psychology together a good option?
Generally, psychology connects more with sociology and political science, and economics connects more with mathematics and statistics. So combination of economics and psychology may be is possible under liberal studies, but as such this combination will in due course orient you towards or equip you towards taking or choosing any one of the field. There is no combination field in psychology and economics which probably I can think of which you can get into. But you can study both of them, but both will have a different set of, I would say, subject requirement or a combination subject requirement. But you can, and in liberal studies, you can study both of them. You can do a majors in economics and a minor in psychology. So probably down the line, when you get into policy making in the, I would say, linguistic form of economics in area like policy making, where you have to understand and consider the psychology of the consumer, maybe one such niche area where you can work on. But by and large, on the broader front, there are no as such upfront careers which will be available in a combination area. But you can study both. That's not a problem.
Well said, sir. So one last question.
Okay, go ahead.
So, so the question is, what are the benefits of dual majors, and are they being provided in IITs? And with a mix of that question, I have another one which says, due to COVID, would Indian students going abroad for studies, would they be affected in admission processes?
Okay, I'll first answer you the first one. At IITs, the combinations in engineering which are available as dual specialization does not exist like they do in humanities or business or commercial study related courses. So in IITs, the combination would be electronics, electrical and communication, electronics and communication. These sort of combinations are there which cannot be called as double majors, but which are actually single specialization, where you are being taught both kind of subjects or both the areas of subjects. Answering your second question, admissions have really been hit internationally due to COVID-19, because most of the colleges, they start their operations by August month, and the second set in Western countries start from February on. So in this August session, there had been a lot of hit, which international admissions or students who wish to go abroad for their graduation studies or post-graduate studies have been hit. I do not deny that fact. But I think this is a temporary hit, because most of the international universities have allowed Indian students to defer their admissions from August to February 2021. So even if there are candidates, they need to just be a little patient so that they can go and join their respective institutions by February 2021, if they are unable to go in August 2020. It's just keeping some patience.
Thank you so much, sir.
Neha ma'am, anything specific if you want me to say or put across?
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of all of us for one simple reason, that this was actually a myth busting session. Of course, just one session cannot be enough because everyone has got lots of queries and every individual wants a career chart to be drafted
True.
according to their
Yes, it is unique. It is unique.
interest. So on this note, I'll say maybe, it's just the starting point. And as you've already shared your coordinates, for sure, those who are interested for further details can
No
contact.
problem. I'll be more than happy to help them.
Right. And now on over to Aisha.
So on behalf of Team Goenka, I would like to thank sir. And it was really, really an eye-opener because my students have really been motivated to know more. You've actually opened windows for them, windows which perhaps they will pursue more with you, since we can do that on virtual mode. And officially, I would like to thank ma'am, that is Principal Ma'am, Miss Neha Sharma ma'am, that she has given us such a beautiful opportunity from her, the book that she has, where she has so many people, so many good contacts, so many intelligent ones. And we are actually benefiting. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you on behalf of the whole school, the whole team Goenka. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time.
Pleasure is mine.
Being with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, all boys and girls. God bless you all.
And before we end the stream, I'll request all those who are watching us to kindly like and subscribe, because there are a lot many other interesting webinars coming up for you. So
Great.
stay safe, stay home.
Avi, do send me the link also. I'll also subscribe. Huh?
Sure. I'll send you the